So I want to talk to you guys about when you are sealing your essentially water penetrations or anywhere you have a cut, basically caulking any kind of joint. You have to think about what the purpose of the caulking is. The caulking is basically to prevent water from getting into that area. And often, depending on the situation, you may care more about the look of the caulking. And in other areas, you actually care more about the function. You want to make sure it gives maximum protection. So when you're doing exterior caulking around windows and around your rain screen, you really want to think about, hey, I'm looking for maximum protection. So I want to make sure that I get a good solid joint there. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. As you guys can see here, we have this area caulked. Now, some of you might think, you know, the width of that is too much. You're like, it shows up too much. But really, you have to realize that that gap in there is quite wide. And we want to make sure that the caulking sticks good to this side of the flashing and to the window so that this joint doesn't fail. Often what happens is guys will essentially put a really thin bead because they don't want it to be seen. They're like, I don't want the caulking to be seen. Well, that's going to fail because you're not setting up the caulking to be done correctly. It has to have a certain amount of overlap on each side in order to adhere correctly. What will happen over time, you've probably seen this in other homes, is either it'll start to split or it'll actually begin to peel away from the surface, which means that caulking has failed. Especially in a situation like this, you can see how wide this caulk line is here. The thing is, that's going to get painted. You're never going to see it. But I know that we have good adhesion from both sides. So that joint is not going to fail. So make sure when you're doing stuff, guys, you think about, okay, do I care more about the form? Do I care more about the function? And make sure you're trying to matching the end use.